Hey friends, welcome back to Basement Bike Mechanic. In today's episode, we're going to work on a Bianchi Strada. As far as I'm aware, the tubes are what needs to be changed out and just an overall tune-up to get it back on the road. So hang out with me while I continue to work through this. Let's get to it. Alright, let's look at getting these rear tires off. Wow, you've got some spider, what do you call it, spider eggs.
They're spider eggs, meatwad.
It's got some spider webs all over this bike. You can tell it hasn't been ridden in a while. Let me get a socket wrench for this. Let's see what we got. Let me go ahead and put on the smallest gear. Got some new lighting coming to me that should be in here in a couple days. Hopefully I won't have this big bright shiny bulb over my head and more, hopefully it'll be more spread out for better viewing pleasure. All right, one tire. Nope, and this one's got a skewer. Right, let's get this show on the road. First, let me get these nuts off. Make it a little bit easier to get off the free hub. So I'm going to take the free hub off, free wheel off. Get the door disc off, and then true the wheel. Oop, can't see it, can you? Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, we'll get this thing cleaned up. It's not terrible, not great either. Ooh, it just fell right apart. Okay, get that cleaned up. Let me check out the tubes and see how they're doing. Feels like it's filling up. I'm gonna get me a new one of these inflators though, because this thing's been falling apart on me. Matter of fact, right now it's not even doing anything. Listen to this. See, it's just compressing inside of this tube and not actually helping me. All right, well, I had to go get an actual manual pump in order to make this thing work, because my older one, or my air compressor tip, is just not working. I got a new one coming, but until then I gotta use a manual pump. No worries though, as long as it gets done. Got that one. Hell, even that one was pushing off hard. Go. All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Really? That doesn't seem right, but okay. So I'm taking my kid to Netherworld tonight. Any of y'all YouTubers gone to Netherworld? I'm excited about it. At the same time, kind of scared. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm good with that. I am good with that. Okay. And the next one. Whoa, holy shenanigan. That is terrible. See that? Look at that wobble. Ooh, that's a serious wobble. Hopefully I can fix that. This is terrible. Jeez. That's ridiculous. Okay. It's so bad. It's so bad that I can see the left arm pushing away. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Here, I'll let you see what I think I'm going to call it at this point, considering where it was. But at least you can see, here we are. You can hear it a little bit touching, but considering where we were, it was wobbling like crazy. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm looking at myself in the camera, looking at the wheel spinning, but you get the idea. It's doing really well. The scrubbing is not crazy anymore, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right. Okay, it's time to clean these wheels and clean the wheels, clean the free wheel, and then clean the bike. Just realized I didn't have my mic with me, so I apologize for that. But I went ahead and cleaned this freewheel now, and it wasn't spinning as well as I'd like it to, so I went and put some lubrication inside. Now it's much better. Look at that. Much better. Happy with that. Okay, nice free and spinning. And move these things out of the way. I need to get that little base for my chewing stand, make it better. Alright, and here are the wheels. Here's the rear wheel. Nice and clean. Okay. And then I need to clean the frame. Get all the cobwebs off, just like I did with the now onto the frame. So being that it's cold outside and my hands didn't enjoy cleaning the freewheel and tires and wheels and whatnot, I'm going to clean this inside with some just some spray foam and go from there. Just to make my life a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Got a lot of tape on this thing. Okay. Crazy how dirty this bike was. But it's looking better now already. I'm a little nervous about this netherworld tonight. At the same time, I'm a little excited. I think I said that already, but I am. Should be fun going through it with my kid. Since they've never gone, I've been meaning to do this for 4 years, maybe longer. But now that my kid is 13, I can finally do it. I don't remember if they have a max age or anything on it, but figured better time now than never, because at some point my kid's probably not going to want to go to these things anymore with their dad. And then eventually my other kids, as they get older, could be a family tradition, who knows. So it feels like there's more to be clean on this bike, but I'm trying to get what I can. Some of it may just be rust though, which I can't really do much about that. Not really, at least. Not without a lot of work and taking all the stuff apart. Which this is just a tune-up, so I'm not doing all that. I do offer services like that, but it's a deep clean where I really get in there and take the bottom brackets out and just get everything where they should be. Oh, and riding nicely, but this is just a tune-up. Let's clean it up nicely though. Whew. The fumes, I have the IPA mixed in with this, and the 99%, so the fumes get to me a little bit. They're strong. So much crap on the derailleur, so much just grime and dirt layered. Trying to get off what I can. How does the jockey wheels look? They're not terrible. They're not bad enough to where I need to put like a Phillips head or a screwdriver, excuse me, and run it through. Crazy enough, it's taking longer doing it like this than it does outside, because outside I have water running all over it, so it's getting things in places that I'm not getting right now, or at least miss. So at least it gets a little wet and removes some of that grime for me without me realizing it, but it's all good. Yep, surprisingly it's kind of cold in Atlanta this week, really the last week and a half. Okay, I think we're about there, at least as far as it needs to be. Much better, in a better place. First up is to get the freewheel back on, and also let me know if there's things y'all want to learn that you don't quite know how to do. Be happy to try to do something just on that topic, like a sort of a quick video or a explainer about it, that sort of thing. Okay, here we go, and tighten her on. So I got a new 1-inch socket. I wanted a shorter one because mine kept wobbling off the tool, and problem is the part where the socket wrench goes into the insert is small, so it can only use this smaller shaft, which to me is not great. I'd rather be on this, but this one's got the larger one, which right now will be the longer socket, which I don't want. So I'm going to see if I can find a 1-inch that uses this larger, maybe it's a 3/8 inch, I'm not really sure, insert. But for now, that's what I have to do. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, beautiful. Good, good, good. You ever get those text messages from the government where they're trying to explain to you about voting stuff? Drives me nuts. I hate it. I don't like it. I do my own research. I read the articles. I do what I'm supposed to do in order to learn about it. So when I get that crap, it annoys me. I gotta get the socket to get this fit in correctly. But yeah, that kind of annoys me when I get those text messages, because I'm constantly having to put, I have an iPhone, so I put the report as spam, because for me it is spam. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it bothers me. Like, leave me alone. I got enough crap to deal with and have you in my phone telling me what I should be and should not be doing. Okay, so that is on there nice and clean. See how it's doing. Oh, what happened? Oh, that got really tight. Huh, interesting. But it looks like the cones are getting too tight whenever I tighten the nuts. So that ain't good. So I need to take this off and figure out what's going on there. Because I barely have the thing tied in and it's already not good. Which tells me the cones are getting tightened along with the what's going on? Loosen up. There we go. Let's check out these cones and see what's going on. Alright, so this video just got a little bit longer because I'm going to clean up. I've been given the approval to clean these bearings out and make them right because they don't sound good. So bear with me while I do that. 17 and 15. The rear always has a 17 on the nut and 15 on the spacer. Or excuse me, on the the cone. Okay. Come on. Okay, get this cone off. Headset on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. This is in case you're interested, this is the cone. That's what you take off from the axle whenever you're trying to, because the cone right here has a little curved area that goes all the way around it, and it goes into the hub, and the bearings go around there and spin around it. The axle goes through this, the bearings go around it, and it just turns. Now the bearings turn around while the wheel's going around. And if the bearings are good and clean with grease, then you won't hear any loud noises, you won't hear any squeaks, you won't feel any grinding. Just be a nice, smooth turn. Alright, so now let's put some WD-40 in this. And I have a big gallon, I don't know if it's, it's 1 gallon, because I use it a lot when cleaning bearings. There we go, just a little bit. WD-40 really helps get rid of grease on bearings. Worst case, you do a PB Blaster, but always start with WD-40. It works wonders. Alright, so, oh wow, that's funny. As soon as I took the, so these are not loose, okay? For this type of bike I was expecting to have loose bearings, but it does not. It's got just a standard, I guess you would call that a semi-sealed bearing. Not quite sealed, but not the opposite. So put that in there. Take off this dust cover and get this one out. There we go. At this point, you kind of just let it sit in there, stir it a little bit. I get something to stir it with. Just kind of go around, get all the dirt and grime out of there. It really helps. And once you do that, I will take it outside and clean it up as well with some Dawn dish soap, some water, and just really get in there, clean it all out. But I first start off with WD-40 because that does a really good job of getting the grime out of it. It's hard to get the grime out of some spots in the bearings, the sealed bearing. So WD-40 is like water; it seeps in there and gets the bad stuff out. I mean, heck, I don't know if you can tell this on camera, but you can already see how dark that water's getting. It's just one, if you can tell, it's already starting to get better. It was pretty dark, but now it's looking much better. The other one, it's getting there. Still got some grime on it, but it's looking better. Definitely has a lot of crap in there. So, at this point, it is 6:05. I'm going to get ready to take my kid to Netherworld. I'm going to let this sit in its concoction of WD-40, and that's it. And yeah, chat back on it later. Until then. Alright, well, it's been well over 12 hours since I've had these bearings in the WD-40, so it's definitely gotten nasty in there. You can see how nasty that water's gotten. And they look a lot better. So here's one. A whole lot better. Get that one out. And the next one. See, WD-40 does work wonders if you give it its time to do the cleaning. Get this out of the way. Sweet. Just trying to clean off some of the crap. Okay, so much better. They're moving around now. But we need to reline the free hubs where the bearings will be going with new fresh grease. So let me get, and this will be, I'll be using the same as before. So let me go ahead and line that. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing on there. Maybe I can zoom in or something, let you see it. So there's one side and this side. Good amount in there. You don't want to overdo it, but you definitely want enough in there to where it sticks in, and then once the bearings go into it and they start moving, the grease is going to basically coat each bearing, like each individual bearing, and then that's what makes the process even like quiet and very smooth, because the grease is making it very slippery and it just kind of glides. It's quite nice. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these in. Make sure I get all the WD-40 out of there best I can, so that it doesn't eat away at the new grease. Alright, let's put this one in. Good. And the next one. Okay. Alright. So, bearing, excuse me, the axle actually looks pretty clean, so I don't have to worry too much about that part. And let's push them through. There we go. Turn it around. Okay, so we got this side. Let me wipe off this little tip here of the grease. And now what we want to do is first put in, this is the dust cap. I'll put that in first. There, just in there. It doesn't need to be perfect, because the cone is going to go in and basically keep it in place. So I'll put that in. The threading is very tight, so it takes some time to thread the cone back in. A lot of revolutions to get in there. Alright, and then once you get to there, go just enough to where you feel it touch the bearing, but not tight. So there it is right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to use my vise to lock everything in place. You want it to be just enough to where there's no wobble, but still be able to spin freely. And you can, it's all in touch, or excuse me, feel as to where it is. So let's go ahead and move this to the vise and tighten her up. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, just a little tight. Should be enough. See how she does. Very quiet. I don't hear any issues. Okay. Let me take it out of the vise and see how it does from a wiggle standpoint. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, cool. We are good there. And now at this point, we just want to put the free hub back on. Excuse me, free wheel back on. So let me put some more on here, just to, since I wiped it all off. That was my own doing, not because it was previously serviced by me, because I was starting to wonder why the bearings would be like that if I had already serviced it. It's because I hadn't serviced it. Alright. There we go. It's on there now. Yep. Beautiful. And now let's check out the other. Crank arm off. To get the crank arm off, you use a tool like this. So they have the number on here. Mine's a part tool. It just says 7, so I guess that's it. CWP-7. So that's what this is. I know there's other brands out there that you can use that are just fine. This is just the one that I use. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. It wasn't all the way in there, interestingly enough. Let me undo this more. That actually ripped some of the metal off. Try that again. Thought it was in there. Let me use the spanner to make sure I'm in there. Okay. It says it's in there. The feedback tells me that. It's not. What is going on here? I don't like that. That's concerning. Let me try my other version of this, also from Part Tool. I'm a little of a Part Tool fanboy, I guess. Okay, let's try that. There we go. That went all the way in. There we go. Let's see. Wow. That didn't sound very good. Golly. That should not be so tight. Okay. Wow. Why is that sucker on there so tight? Oh. Wow. There we go. Holy cow. That was a new one for me. That was on there really tight. I was hearing popping noises. And I'm hoping that wasn't the thread being ripped off, but goodness. That definitely needed to be serviced. Based on what I see here, it almost looks like the metal stuck inside of here, or it's stuck inside of this. That was crazy. This may be done now. I'm not sure yet. I see metal here, like silver metal, not the black that's here, and I also see it there. So I'm not sure yet what that means. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means, because for a second there I was thinking that it was a hole for the bolt, but this is a bolt that goes, it's a hollow bolt. It goes over the axle. So I'm not sure what this is yet. Certainly concerns me. I'm thinking that a piece of metal snapped off, but I won't know for sure until I see the other side. That was weird. Kind of definitely concerning. It wasn't anything. Okay, because this side is just as flat as the other side. I think all it was, I should say all it was, but I think what it was is there must have been, I guess there's a tip here on this tool that it just literally crushed in and just broke apart. So whatever that piece was, I'm sure you guys in the comments will tell me if you know, but whatever that piece was, crumbled because it was so tight. Took so much effort to get that off. Anyway, okay, so probably could have put some lubrication on the groove, on the threads, to make that process a little bit easier, but I just didn't. I just didn't. Okay, this side's much easier. I can already feel it. There we go. Okay. There we go. This bottom bracket for here always loosens that way and tightens that way. So there we go. So get that on there, and then I'm gonna nudge it. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's see what kind of bottom bracket this is. Okay, good. That I can work with. I was hoping it wasn't going to be a sealed bottom bracket. I don't like those because you have to replace them. You can't really clean them. I've tried cleaning them out, and but they tend to. The bearing, they have sealed bearings on both sides of them, and the ones on the other side you can't get to it because it's just literally sealed in, it's like encapsulated, enveloped by metal, which sucks, but is what it is. And now I'm going to clean this bottom bracket out. Oh, and what I was saying about Netherworld, yeah, it was when I was walking through it, my kid and her friend were they were getting the brunt end of the of all the craziness, mainly because I guess I'm in my age and plus I've watched so many scary movies growing up, and you know I've always loved them. I've always loved being scared, but I guess I've just grown. I don't know about immune to it, but it doesn't bother me as much. At this point, it's more entertaining than anything else, so I just enjoy it. But watching her go through it and get scared to death, that was so fun for me and her friend. I mean, they were literally pushing each other through. The only part that sucked was we went to get the combo deal. So we went to the second one. I think it was called Oblivion. The first one is just Attack of the Monsters, and then the second was Oblivion. And the second one I enjoyed more because it was more live people, like actual people were coming to scare you a lot more, and you couldn't see where they were coming from as obvious as the first one. So that was a lot of fun. And each time they tried to scare me, I would just laugh because it was fun. It was entertaining, and I could see that they weren't able to scare. I could tell that since they weren't able to scare me, they looked for the next victim, which was my kid and her friend, and they just tormented them. It was so funny. I felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, "Hey, I'm a dad. I'm allowed to enjoy these moments." So it was that part was cool. All right, I'm going to get some more WD-40 for this because the sealed bearings that came out of this one are pretty nasty, and they definitely need to be cleaned. But at least the spike's going to be running like new whenever I'm done with it. Yeah, at this point, I'm just dropped them in some more WD-40 and just stirring it up, trying to get it ready. I don't know how, this one's pretty corroded, so I'm hoping this WD-40 really kicks it in a high gear, really cleans it up. It's already looking better. WD-40 works pretty fast. Doesn't take long for it to start cutting away at all the grease and the grime that was already there. I think what I could do while this stuff is sitting in here doing its thing, I could go ahead and lube up the brakes and get those ready, and just lube up everything really, just to get it ready. And I gotta clean the bottom bracket axle as well. This is the main axle. Helps the cranks turn. Gotta get it nice and clean. Wow, look at that. Holy cow. I'm gonna spray some faux Dawn on it because this is my concoction that I made. Pretty sure the recipe's out there if anybody is curious. But if you are interested in knowing what that concoction is that I make, it's basically like Dawn. I mean, it's using Dawn, the chemical Dawn, to clean it, but it also has IPA in as well. So it's just depending on the size you're going at. I think it's 16 ounces. You do 4 tablespoons of Dawn, just regular old Dawn, and then, wow, this is nasty. and then you do 2 tablespoons on top of that with IPA. So yeah, that is the concoction. Try making it at home and see how it does for you. That being said, if you're gonna do it, use it in a spray bottle, a sprayer like this, like the Dawn, because the top part is made, the sprayer part is made to sort of foam it up when it comes out of the spray line. Otherwise, it's just gonna squirt out and not be what you want it to be. And then you're gonna be like, what the heck, this stuff doesn't work. Well, it's probably because you used the wrong spray bottle for it. But once you buy one, just reuse it. Use it over and over again. All right, I think I've got this thing clean enough. Put that aside, and now let's go ahead and basically just clean the components, get them all ready, and then put everything back on. So let's do it. Get some tri-flow and do our thing.
You want to just do our thing? Let's do our thing.
Stuff works wonders. I'm going to tilt this thing up so that I can get to the... Oh, jeez.
You almost hit me!
That would have sucked. That almost whacked me in the head. Now let's get to these joints. Get it all in there, even where the screw is. I don't need to get to this part because that shouldn't turn, but you're basically just looking for the pivots of where stuff is to turn and need to be free for movement. Just trying to find all the little nooks and crannies for these brakes so they can move freely. Some of that noise, yikes. There we go. Squeak is gone now. Much better. Okay, that sounds better. Okay, this is a very worn rear derailleur. Hope it does all right. I haven't tried shifting the gears yet to see how everything works. Down here on my lonesome, talking and not letting you see what I'm doing. But I'm basically just lubing up the gears, lubing up all the components, sorry. Making sure they run smoothly. But yeah, I haven't tested the shifting out yet. So I don't know how everything is yet. But I'll know here soon enough once I put the tires back on. And the cranks. There we go. Alright, if I can get to the places. For a while I was using chain lube to do all this. It does the job, it's fine. But then I came across tri-flow and definitely gets into places a lot better than chain lube does. I mean, it's still a lubrication. Tri-flow definitely seems to do much better. There we go. Lubed. No, excuse me, this is not lubed. All right, the chain has been lubed. I took it outside. It was pretty dirty, all right? It was really nasty. I had to go through about 2 or 3 times to get it cleaned. It's been cleaned. I've already used the air compressor. I got all the water out of the chain, so now it's time to lube. This is how I do it. Kind of set my hand and the lubrication bottle on top of the frame for a steady hand and just rotate it backwards and get it all in there, all into the pivot, the chain pivots. All these pieces, the rivets, I guess it's called rivets, I'm not sure. All right, well, I appreciate you joining me today on this another episode of tuning up a bike. Apologies for it being a little bit longer this time because the bearings definitely needed to be cleaned out and they are now in a happy place. So yeah, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I try to bring a video out about every week. Sometimes more than that, just depends on what kind of time I have. But either way, I'm gonna at least try to get you a video once a week. And I try to get those shorts in there as well, just for sometimes bloopers, sometimes just to entice you. But yeah, so thanks for joining me, and see you in the next video. Take care.